In a big and beautiful house, a man and woman are spending a quiet moment together. Everything seems calm and peaceful. The woman goes to the kitchen to get a glass of water. But when she comes back, the man is gone. She looks around, confused and worried. After checking different rooms, she finally finds him in the bathroom. He is lying in the bathtub, covered in blood. She screams in fear, and then a hand slowly reaches out to her from the shadows. Somewhere along the quiet and pretty coast of California, a woman named Ellie Warren lives with her husband, Marcus. Ellie is a smart and successful lawyer. Marcus is trying to get better after having a bad car accident. Since their daughter, Brittany, has gone to college, they decided to leave their busy life in San Francisco and move to a peaceful house by the sea. They wanted a calm place to enjoy their life and spend more time together. Marcus tells Ellie that moving away was the best choice. At work, Ellie is planning to leave her law firm and open her own office. Her boss, Janice, tries to stop her from leaving too soon. She wants Ellie to finish her current case first. That same day, Janice introduces a new computer expert named David Hammond. Ellie is surprised to see him. He is someone she knew back in college. The team is working on a case about a person who says their invention was stolen. David is asked to find some emails that might prove it. He does the job quickly and impresses everyone in the office. Later, David asks Ellie if they can meet and catch up on old times. Ellie had plans with her friend Courtney, but Courtney cancels because of work. So Ellie agrees to meet David instead. They go out and talk about their lives. Ellie tells him she has a daughter in college and that sometimes marriage feels different after many years. David shares that he is divorced and has no kids. As they talk more, they remember their college days and wonder what life would have been like if they had made different choices. They start dancing and the moment becomes serious. Things almost go too far, but Ellie stops and goes to the restroom to think. David follows her and kisses her, but Ellie quickly pulls away. She feels guilty and leaves right away. David tries to stop her, but she says she has to go home. Later, David sends a text saying sorry and asking for forgiveness. But Ellie ignores him. She wants to focus on her family and her dream of starting her own law firm. She even finds a nice place for her new office. While Ellie is moving forward, David is shown talking to a therapist. He says he's feeling better and is dating someone new. He also says he had to come to therapy because of a past problem with a woman named Deborah. Soon, fall break arrives, and Brittany comes home to visit. Ellie and Marcus are very happy to see her. One day, David shows up near Ellie's office. He says he had a meeting nearby and says sorry again for the past. But Ellie tells him to stop and reminds him that she is married. He keeps trying to talk to her, but Ellie makes it very clear that she's not interested. After that, David keeps calling and texting her again and again. Feeling stressed, Ellie blocks his number. That night, Ellie and Marcus have a private moment at home. They don't know that David is outside, secretly watching them through the window. The next day, Marcus brings flowers to Ellie's new office to surprise her. They share a sweet moment before a client arrives. As Marcus leaves, Ellie reminds him that they're having dinner with Courtney that evening. Later, a boy comes to the house to pick up Brittany for a date. That evening, Courtney comes for dinner, but Ellie is shocked when she brings David as her date. David pretends he doesn't know Ellie, and Ellie plays along so there won't be any drama. During dinner, everyone talks about work and their lives. After the meal, Ellie pulls David aside and tells him clearly to stay away from her and her family. David acts like he understands and leaves. After he's gone, Ellie finds a strange package on the porch with Marcus's name on it. She tries calling Courtney, but doesn't get a reply. Worried and suspicious, Ellie decides to confront David in person. She finds him at a restaurant and asks why he keeps bothering her. She says he crossed the line by dating her friend and accuses him of trying to mess up her life. David says it's not a big deal and tries to act like they had a secret relationship, but Ellie tells him that's not true and warns him to stay away. He suddenly calls her Deborah, which confuses Ellie. She gives him back the music record he left in the package. David gets angry and breaks the record before walking away. Later, Courtney gets angry with Ellie. David told her a lie, that Ellie tried to flirt with him and that he said no. Courtney believes him because he also shows fake messages that look real. Ellie tries to explain that David is a computer expert and probably made the messages himself, but Courtney doesn't believe her and storms off. Wanting to find out the truth, Ellie visits an old college friend. The friend says that David used to be obsessed with Ellie in college. Ellie never knew that before. The friend also says that David's ex-wife, Deborah, looked a lot like Ellie. Deborah once told people that David was very jealous and tried to control her. Later, after they divorced, Deborah died in a violent way. Some people thought David might have done it, but the police said it was just a robbery. That night, David sneaks into Ellie's house while she is asleep. He looks through her things quietly. Brittany comes home unexpectedly and almost catches him, but doesn't see anything strange. Ellie keeps trying to contact Courtney, but still hears nothing. Then she receives a video message from David. The video shows them dancing at the bar. Ellie is terrified. She calls David and asks how he got it. He proudly says he hacked into the nightclub security cameras. Ellie says she'll go to the police and get a restraining order. But David says he won't stop and even threatens to show the video to Marcus. Ellie feels helpless and scared. Feeling desperate, Ellie writes an email to Courtney. In the message, she shares what she has learned about Deborah and tells her all the warning signs about David. She hopes Courtney reads it before something bad happens. Meanwhile, David gives Courtney a gift, fancy clothes, and keeps trying to get close to her. Before Courtney checks her email, she leaves the room to try on the gift David gave her. This gives David a perfect chance to use her device and delete the important email Ellie had sent. That email had all the truth about David and what he was doing. Meanwhile, Ellie starts to feel more and more suspicious. She watches David closely, but then she is shocked to see David playing golf with Marcus like everything is normal. This worries her even more. She decides to find out exactly what David is hiding. Ellie goes to David's apartment building. With help from the building helper, she gets inside David's home. There, she finds very scary pictures on his computer. There are photos of Deborah, his late ex-wife, and also pictures of Ellie herself. This shows Ellie that David has been watching her for a long time. While Ellie is still inside, David comes back home unexpectedly. Ellie quickly hides, very scared. Luckily, David gets a phone call from Courtney and leaves again. Ellie uses this chance to get away without being seen. Ellie calls Courtney right away and begs her to listen carefully. She tells Courtney she believes David is the one who killed Deborah. But Courtney doesn't want to believe it and asks Ellie to prove it. Ellie tells her about the pictures she found that show David has been following her closely. Ellie begs Courtney to trust her. Suddenly, there's a loud knock at the door. It's David. While David is busy, Courtney looks through his phone. She finds creepy photos of Ellie on it. Before she can do anything, David notices and gets very angry. He attacks Courtney and hurts her badly. Ellie hears about this and rushes to Courtney's house. She finds Courtney unconscious with a bad head injury and bleeding. Ellie calls for an ambulance, and Courtney is taken to the hospital right away. Police come to the house and tell Ellie that they are searching for David, who is now a suspect in the attack. Marcus comes to see what is happening. The police explain the situation to him, and Ellie tells Marcus she will explain everything when they get home. Later, Ellie tells Marcus about everything. How David came back, the attack, and the danger they are in. Marcus is shocked and sad. He can't believe David got so close to their family without him knowing. Marcus asks why Ellie never told him about David before. He feels hurt and betrayed. Ellie says she made a mistake by keeping it secret and says sorry. She tells Marcus she still loves him and wishes she had been honest sooner. They have a hard talk but try to heal together. David is scared the police will catch him. So, he does something terrible. He attacks a homeless man, sets him on fire, and leaves a fake note that says he, David, is dead. The police tell Ellie and Marcus that because of the fire and chemicals, it's hard to know who the burned body really is. But the handwriting and clothes look like David's. They also find signs on David's computer that show he was thinking about suicide. Plus, he left a voicemail for his therapist where he admits to his crimes, including Deborah's murder. Ellie is shocked but feels a little better that it might finally be over. The detective tells Ellie that Courtney is stable and will soon be able to see visitors. With the scary times behind them, Marcus and Ellie start working on their relationship again. They talk honestly and say sorry for the things they did wrong. They promise to be open and help each other from now on. They want a fresh start full of trust and healing. Not long after, Ellie goes to her office to sign some papers. But what should have been a normal visit turns into a nightmare. Her assistant has been murdered. Then, Ellie gets a scary phone call. David is alive. He blames her for leaving him. Terrified, Ellie rushes home and calls the police on the way. When she gets home, the scene is horrible. Brittany's boyfriend, Scott, has been killed. Marcus and Brittany are missing. Ellie is very scared and worried. Suddenly, David appears. He tries to convince Ellie to run away with him and start a new life. When Ellie says no, he gets angry and violent. Ellie fights back and hits him with a vase, knocking him out. Ellie finds Marcus and Brittany tied up nearby. She frees them just as police lights flash outside. But the danger isn't over yet. The police officer who arrived has been killed. David comes back and attacks again. Ellie and Marcus tell Brittany to get in the car and drive away fast to safety. Marcus fights David, but David wins and throws Marcus over a balcony. Ellie, desperate to save her family, grabs a sharp object and stabs David. This gives them time to escape toward the beach. But David, still alive, grabs the dead officer's gun and chases them. On the cliff near the beach, a final fight happens. David tries to force Ellie to go with him. During the struggle, David slips and almost falls. Ellie reaches out to help him, but David loses his grip and falls off the cliff to his death. 2 months later, everything is peaceful again. Ellie and Marcus are safe and looking forward to their future. Brittany goes back to college. Ellie and Marcus decide to sell their house as a way to move on and leave the scary past behind.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.